Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost there. We're just trying to choose some music. Let's see if we can find something that works for us. Slowly it loads. Slowly it loads. We'll take it. Alright. Hey everybody. Last time we got a whole whopping 6 people to come in and one person actually said hi. So let's see where we end up tonight on this Sunday night. Alright, we will... Actually, we don't need to pin that. Alright, I need to find a way to have this bar stay high enough that I can actually see what's going on. Maybe that'll work. We'll see. Hey everybody. Alright, so we're continuing on with our lovely World of X-Men current project. This is where we are at this point. We are currently working on the animatic here. Yep. So now we're working on the Cyclops part. Let's see. Alright, so far no one is watching yet. And that's fine. That is so fine. Let's blow up this window here. I've got my OBS over on this screen. I got my Pinterest and reference images over here. I got Animate here on the big screen for you guys. Got some chillin' lemonade. And it's currently 11 o'clock out here on the East Coast. Since I work West Coast hours, I can safely do this till easily 2 o'clock in the morning, get 8 hours of sleep, and then start my day working for Hollywood in the morning. That being said, clean my screen. Sitting here with my Huion. I think it's a 24-inch screen or 27. I gotta check. I gotta try and do all the affiliate stuff and whatnot. Oh, hey, my short video. I posted on today all viral. So let's go with. Oh, come on. Hold on, my. Hey, that's fantastic, Holly Guilford. Let me see if I can get this. There we go. I couldn't actually type a response, so fantastic. So, how viral are we going today? Is this like a tiny channel getting something bigger? Or are we talking like like multi-million-dollar views? Is this a short? He said a short video. So, I'm just gonna go how viral. And we'll see what you say, Holly. But still, that's awesome. I mean, I do have a video on TikTok that went full on 1 million views plus. Funny how you think something like that happens will now trick the algorithm into better plays, and you did get kind of a nice wave for a little while of your other videos doing well because someone's checking out that popular video and they're looking at your other stuff. So that other stuff was starting to get to like, I think it was like 40K or whatever it was. And this is in the early stages before it became a million. So I think it was like 100,000 or something like that. So the other videos were doing well, and I thought, wow, that's just gonna last forever. And then you immediately end up right back in the doldrums where future videos on my Movie Boy TikTok channel ended up, you know, I mean now because it's just been so sporadic, it's like I would love to have a video pop off again, and that's actually what we're working on here with the X-Men. This is going to be the more boring part because right now I'm working on the animatic. And what's important about this is that a lot of this is going to need a lot of voice and timing cues. So I'm keeping this very loose right now, as I don't have a full, even a scratch track underneath it yet to time out how long a certain character is going to brag or be in trouble and yada yada. Oh, Holly went away. Well, still, you know, I wonder if there's anything I can do to... Let's see if I can actually go to the channel to see the viral thing. Because hey, we're all about Let's see. So I'm on Holly's page. Going over shorts. Okay. All right, Holly. 1 hour ago. Yeah. So it turns out viral for Holly is that normally it would be only 23 to 40 views on the shorts, and one that's just only an hour old, which means it still got some traction for the rest of tonight. 605 views. Nice. Nice. Alright. Well, congrats. And now, back to our regular program. Some interaction. That's awesome. Alright, well that means we've gotten 2 whole views so far and a minor bit of a conversation. I mean, that's for me, Holly, if you ever came back to this video, it is funny how just even the little things, of even like someone like you coming in saying hi and talking about your Bluey video, good on you. Decades later, you will never know what that those little steps turn into. All right, so we got Wolvie here. I need to go to my reference board on Pinterest. And yeah, don't get me started on Pinterest, but it still is following my general needs. Let's see. So I'm going to go to... It's a shame that you can't in Pinterest. It's like you've got your board and you can only click on like a particular image and bring that one up. But if you want to just take a grouping, I just want a few... Oh, actually this one, we'll give it a shot. Excuse me. Let's see what comes up here. Huh. It is funny that as you go through a lot of different art, eventually you come across someone who is drawing in a similar style that similar to your actual native style. So it's just kind of fun. Let's see. Okay, so now at least I'm learning to keep my chat up here more on my eye line and not tucked down here in the bottom of the screen. All right, 2 views. We'll take that. And let's confirm that the channel is doing fine. So we are going to go to my channel on my other screen. Just make sure. Yep, we're doing good. Woohoo! Alright, back to Pinterest. It was funny, not too long ago, other animators of much larger acclaim and many more subscribers were also doing live streams. And right around the same time I did my last one. And you see already like almost 2,000 views, and you see their chat, and it was just like, you know, blazing, you know, almost from the moment that she was starting to put her stuff together. And you think, what's going on there? What is that artist drawing? is there anything entertaining in the background? Are there other people? Are there moderators? Are there, and she actually had not too long ago, I guess, moved to LA. And you can just see she was just kind of in her apartment or small section of her house, and nothing special at all. It was almost as if she was just having like a casual phone call, FaceTime with someone else, and it's remarkable that it's really about just creating the audience, and a lot of times you think you've got to constantly do a whole song and dance. When Georgia and I were doing the SpongeBob Burger shows, she was wearing a onesie and she was the moderating, and we were trying to do the TikTok and everything else, and we did a lot of trying to make things entertaining. But at the same time, you do that, and as you can see, I'm not getting much drawing done. So trying to find a happy medium where I do this in hopes of little piecemeal make the community, and at the same time it forces me to sit down here at 11:11 at night, make a wish, and put together some more progress on this. So again, let's go to the correct board here. I've got of Sasquatch. How on earth am I saying Sasquatch when I mean to say Cyclops? Let's see. Yeah. Also, I've got an ad blocker on Pinterest, and the upshot of when you use it on Pinterest is that all the ads that I would be seeing right now are all just white spaces. It doesn't even like dynamically redesign itself. It just has all these gaps. Oh, let's see. What do we got here? Okay, so we got some more interesting Pinterest and animated versions of the X-Men, and I'll add that. It's nice to see little details, or if you get stuck and you're trying to remember a particular piece of their costume. Alright, so for this part here, we are now in the shot where I'm making my Cyclops more kind of like the pretentious, heroic, leader, or just like, don't worry, Cyclops, I could just simply modify my beam and help you, since Colossus is over there. And I want to have fun with, with Cyclops because he can be a little bit more animated in a kind of a funny style compared to Wolverine, who is a little bit more not rigid, but just his movements would be a little more angular, a little more else. So we get our brush going again. Oh, that's right, I locked all my layers. Let's oh, he's definitely, well, maybe he won't be maybe I'll work on the midline. For this animatic, I'm trying to not do everything on one layer, so that if I need to do a camera move or a parallax or something like that, I can introduce that to make this a little bit more like a flowing storyboard than just still frame and then have to redraw the whole thing. So what that means down on my timeline is I've essentially got a foreground, midground, and background layer. And I've got the line work, and then I'm just doing a real simple blocking in of shape color on these. So the upshot is, now I got to think about how I want to actually do this. Checking the, okay, no current viewers, no new talk since Holly came in and talked about Bluey. So I'm trying to think. It's like, I haven't done a reference on this, so it's the idea of Cyclops coming in and basically saying that for Wolverine, because they're trying to set up a fastball special, so it's just like, I could see him going. So he comes up. He'll come up maybe like this, instead of having his finger already up on his visor. Just like trying to think of like how it's like, don't worry, I can do with my visor. Yeah, something where it's just like, I'm trying to think of like what's a good gesture for the don't worry, or hands up, or because he'll have him on his hips, and he'll come up. Don't you? Actually, let's keep this tighter on him. So maybe a hand will come up and just like, don't you worry, I can and on my visor. So like 3 main points here. Because the other thing I'm trying to do is to not get too bogged down in a lot of complex animation, both in camera moves and in animation, because this is our race to 4K. Actually, I should keep that on my thing right here. So let me, we're going to change our little typey type here. Oh. We are going to alter our view right here. Sources. Ticker. I'm going to hit properties. I'm going to change this from so close. There we go. That'll change everything. That'll change everything. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're drawing. So I'll have him sit back first. Oh, that's too thick of a line. Let's go down to 10. All right. So maybe we'll start with him. Because I want him... There we go. Yeah, somewhere like this where he is... Maybe even this arm is still... Let's get rid of these weird whiskers. Alright. Alright, let's see what we've got here. We've got... Have the gesture be a little bit more... I feel like I'm breaking his arm. whole thing of like, what's because there's always this balance of having your movements. You know, you think bigger in terms of like an animated movement. You don't just stand there and say a line like you do on a Netflix series. And the hand looks rather small too. Actually, this thing is. You know, I'm gonna keep this for now and just move forward on that as is. Best not to overthink it. Ugh, not happy with those fingers at all. Or that thumb at all. It seems semi-correct. It feels like I got something really... I want it to be kind of just this, you know, quick like look, but I don't know. All right, we'll keep that as an initial one. You know, I should almost just do these back to back to back and then spread them out as I need to, instead of just trying to tie them right now. All right, checking. No new views. My goodness, my only view so far has been from a kid who, well, minus 3 hours could have just been 8 o'clock on the West Coast for that kid, but come on. Go to bed, it's Sunday. You got, actually school's probably not started yet, so. Ah, country time. All right. Hold on, I gotta lock my sources here. It's distracting. I see sometimes there's overlays that go on your OBS and it's like... Let's see. I would like him to move forward a bit more. So if he's going da 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 da, so he's going to lean in. Leans in, the hair of course swoops a little bit. Now I'm wondering if I need to mix the, move this control panel. Actually, can I? I can. So now, it's just never quite the right combination here of fitting these different panels in. I'm the kind of person that wants everything to be maxed up, and you just can't do that across the board. Oh, I know what I can do, though. I know what I can do. Or can I? Alright, I'll stop messing. So he leans in. And he's still talking about how he'll just use the power of his beam. I want him to. Alright, so my my anatomy is all over the place. Because his elbow theoretically should be coming out here. So let's get rid of all this. Let's try and draw this again. Alright. Yay! And neck. Lead into looks almost more like Frozone. And yep. My beam. Then what I'd like to have him do here is kind of just lean into it a little bit more. So here, let me take the head off a bit. And just bring that head down. Yeah, I don't think Scott has the ability to do eyebrows above his so maybe if we kind of do it through his forehead. I mean, who knows? Alright, let's take off the background here and alright, that works well enough. So, underneath here, let's just do this. That'll work enough. Lock. Nobody's watching. And truth be told, I really don't need to be doing this on this rough part of the animatic, but I think it just kind of helps. It just feels a little more solid, and I'm not quite as distracted by just looking at sketch after sketch. All right, blank. And all I'm doing is I'm just taking the brush tool and I'm on the layer underneath here and then just doing real quick outline just so I can block in the general main action here, main character. If I had multiple layers on here, and I might still do so, it really helps separate out the layers, so it's not just all a confusing mess of drawing. And since all that's moving on this one is this cheat code, I hit K to paint that in, and now we'll just do a rough spacing. Because if he's talking, and right now it's only spaced for 1 second, that's way too fast. So it's like, don't. So here, I'll start this I'm going to watch the second timer on here. When it gets to 00, I'll start the phrase, and it'll give me a rough idea of how long he'll be talking. Don't worry, Wolverine. I can just simply modify my beam and blast you safely that way. Alright, that's 5-6 seconds right there. So obviously 1 second is far too small. The other thing I should do is to figure out in those moments, well, if it's 6, hold on. Don't you worry, Wolverine. Da 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 da. So 2 seconds on the first part, then lean in, and then in the last second add that bit of emphasis. So 2 seconds in before the first change would bring us to here. Actually, let's do the whole thing. So we're starting at 10 seconds in, so we need to go all the way to. I'll speed it up because it needs to be more active. So I'll only go out 5 seconds, but then I'm going to bring this down. Now I've got 5 whole seconds worth to load up here. So I know it was roughly 2 seconds for the don't worry. So let's go out to here. And then these last ones would come up on that last second. So, da 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 da. Yep. which is great. It's better to find out that just the natural length of it goes longer. Because remember, this is YouTube, so anything that helps the watch time get a little bit closer to 4,000. All right. Clear another item out of the way here. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm going to bring up this other window. Let's see. Holly has 10 videos and 76 subscribers. And I can't quite tell the age. And so far the videos are... This all started up for only a few days ago. Let's see. My name is... Wow. My kids were born... she is 10 years younger than my oldest. And joined only last year. But 76 subscribers and 10 videos already. And 271 views. So... Actually pretty darn cool. It's mixed feelings. It's like you're glad always to see the next generation doing this stuff, and then you think about like, okay, what is she doing on YouTube already at 14 and doing all this stuff, and so I hope it all goes well for Gen Alpha. All right, that said, double checking on this here. All right, I know the exciting world of. The ever-exciting world. Alright. Back to this program. Oof. Alright, how are we doing? So we've got that part playing out. And so then, truth be told, a lot of these other elements are probably going to be much longer. Or not. So it means at this point, toward beginning, I'm trying to remember what the key is. If it's Alt 4, nope. Maybe I need to do this. It is function key. F4. Let's go to fit window. Looks like my background here in frame 1 is off. And we just can't have that. Alright. Relock that layer. All of this. Hit. F4. Let's see how we're doing. I'm actually blocking part of the screen. Alright. I don't know why my Cyclops full I don't know why here he looks so like he's in a bikini swimwear issue. That said, let's see. Keep going. So here in 15 seconds in. I'm going to try a couple of ideas here. One of them is trying to play more of a side view, but I don't really know if it's going to work or not. And get this back down to 10. There's part of me that wonders if I just want to have this so so maybe that Scott is standing here. Maybe it's still just because part of it is like there's like the video game aesthetic of having this happen kind of like a side platformer kind of video game or 2D video game where the beam just comes out this way, but I don't know. But it's difficult because it's like I want this to let's see. So one possibility is you've got this kind of effect. Where Cyclops will zap the beam this way. And we see it. Well, he's going to try and jump, so that's part of the problem. So that we'll have Wolverine, I guess, trying to maybe tuck up in a kind of a jump into a ball position and supposedly be propelled. So he's coming up like this. And I'm trying to think if it's better to have him more like this. So we've got a really kind of a nice silhouette at least. Alright, it's kind of messy, but you get the idea. So he could, because there is something kind of nice and clean about that. I could even have Logan's head even be tucked down a little more. Although he'd keep the head high, even if his chest is going to be more like this. Yeah, I'm a little off on the leg. The arms are too large or the legs are too small. So we can either go this route where he leaps up, This feels roughly correct, but it feels like it. He point his toes or not? That's a little better. Whew, tired. So tired. Let's just play that out for a second. Of course. L. I'm not really sure what he'll be doing differently from so if he was standing before, all right, at this rate, I'm going to make him. Yeah, this is a. I gotta think about how I want to yeah, I mean in general, I gotta work on that. Maybe we cut to Scott blasting first. So that we've got this yeah. maybe, yeah, maybe more like this. So not so much coming from here at this point. We have something like this, and then it changes to here. And this changes because no. Alright, proud. Oops. And then we zoom out. He needs you in the foreground. Logan does. Actually, let's do this all the way down. go. Alright, so we're already closing in on the first hour. Alright. Foreground. Oh. There we go. All right. Guess the question is, if he's down, no, if he's down here, he's down below. For the sake of framing, let's see if we can. Maybe we need him down like this. And then we just take everything on both rows. Look at that. with tough angles, so I'm not sure how exactly this all fans out. That's such a... Oh, sure, I'm making so many mistakes here. Alright, I'll suffer through that later. Beam is cutting through him. I guess you can see him just right here. It's our beige shark cleans himself out. Oh, oh wow. Hey, Fane. Yeah. Hi. Hi, Flame. Our lovely kitten here is trying to see if he wants to make an appearance. Hi. And he's behind the camera, as kittens are wont to do. He's currently peeking out our window now. My guess is have to really think about what makes the collapse of all this Hi, Flame. Maybe this is a rib cage or something. Hi. You saying hello? It was almost in shot. I guess another way to do this would be something that might play out funnier. Would be where we're not liking that at all. I don't know why. Oh, jeez. I think I could make focal point. He's gonna be the fall into frame instead of So now, instead we've got something where I think this will be ultimately a lot. Like I want a combination of him being kind of fried. But somehow it like, I don't know, like it splinters in a few different directions. So it's not just a clean two halves fall, but something else just to... And maybe it fans out somewhere and just kind of like severs it from several places. Let's see, if it was this arm and it fell and broke off like that, then... gotta admit, I am getting tired early this time. Yeah. Oh, that's actually the. There's our final note. Alright, let's get rid of this version.
doing, yo?
One moment. Cat traffic. Alright, we're down. We're definitely going to be done after 2 hours, so 13 more minutes, and then we call it a night. Alright, what the hell just happened? There we go. Much better. One moment again. Well, I'd say that's not too bad for the night. And we're sitting at about, I don't know, 24 seconds of video at this point. Now's the time to start doing at least a scratch vocal track so that we can start timing how long the shots actually need to be, or the beats are for the dialogue. Alright. Well, we got a lousy 2 views. One kid said hello and another person didn't say anything, so c'est la vie. But we have put another 7 hours of content up this past week, and that meant 7 hours of working on this and drawing. There was some drawing earlier today, so all good. And this, I gotta find better streaming music. I'm trying to find safe stuff to stream to, but it's too repetitive. Alright. Well, that's it, everyone. Gloves are coming off. Well, oh, there's actually, that's out of the corner of my eye, I actually see a nice, nice shot to add. Ah. So on that mildly positive note, good night everyone. Have a good start of your week. And we will do this again very soon because we need to get this done. Get these going. Let's see. Alright. Alright, 1 a.m. 2 views. Woohoo. Good night everyone.